Going to put some sunlight on the man behind me. Rest in peace, Sir Bobby. Absolute legend, not just of Manchester United, but of football in general, especially English football. Won the European Cup after surviving the horrible crash in '58 as one of the Munich Busby babes. So he then went on to win the European Cup, won the league with Manchester United, and then obviously lifted our only World Cup in '66 with the England national team. So what he's done for football in general, and I say especially for the English game, is nothing short of incredible. His legacy will live on forever into eternity. It is a very sad day, specifically for Manchester United fans, to lose one of our legends at 86. But as I say, just across football in general, he is one of the ultimate legends. So rest in peace, Sir Bobby Charlton. Everyone here at the Everyday Fan is sending our condolences to the family. And I think the next game, we wore black armbands against Sheffield United yesterday, and I think we'll wear black armbands again against Copenhagen in the Champions League game. But I'll use that actually as a little bit of a segue to go on to the United game. I don't know if you boys were able to watch it at all.
Yeah, we were, man.
Of course.
Looking for that slip up, yeah. Looking for that banana skin, yeah. Come on, man.
Chris, that is. I said to everyone, yeah, United is going to be one of those teams that are. It's like a yo-yo. You're going to be up and down this season.
Yeah, man.
You're going to be very up and down. But I wouldn't be surprised if you make top four.
No, but I mean, this is a £1 billion squad. I mean, we're paying. We've got the highest wage bill in the Premier League. We're certainly paying them enough to be one of the best teams. So, no, look. So, the first half was again. It was atrocious. Similar to what you were saying, Puz, before about substitutions. They made a massive impact in the second half. I thought it was really interesting playing Amrabat in the holding role. So Casemiro's come under a lot of fire this season, losing the ball, looking slow, looking sluggish, looking off it. And Amrabat looked exactly
he was injured though, to be fair.
Yeah, no. He's still in Brazil. He's coming back next week. And what I'm saying is he's come under fire this season for his performances. He's been labelled sluggish, slow, off the pace. Amrabat, funnily enough, looked exactly the same in the first half. So is it the player individually, or is it the position? Is it the role that they're being asked to do? Amrabat looked off the pace. He was in front of the ball, not behind the ball. He wasn't picking up runners. Sheffield United were definitely the better team in the first half, and deserved. Yeah, go
on. Amrabat, first time he played that role in a Premier League team. At the Premier League, we got to give him time, man. Remember, Cass had that same problem. I just feel like the tempo of the Premier League for him, especially Amrabat, he's coming from Serie A, where things are like.
But it's Sheffield United, though, Sim. It's Sheffield United.
Chris.
I think we got to stop this bashing of other leagues that we do, you know.
No.
Because we're acting like players don't run in other leagues.
No. Guys. I'm not bashing it, but one thing we can all agree on: the intensity of the Premier League is relentless. One thing you're gonna
Serie A, man. I just watched Roma Verona 4-3, or Azona, or whatever they're called.
No. Okay, Chris, you know about Serie A. I know you do, Chris. Yeah, that league. It's very rare you see teams get battered like 5-1, 6-1. It's very rare because the game's so tight.
Yeah, they defend better, innit?
It's a defensive league, but they control the ball, so they're used to play. The players are the players are very trained, very well to be able to be very comfortable on the ball. That's where Amrabat is coming from. He's used to playing a very deep six role, almost collecting it from the centre backs himself and controlling the tempo of game.
See over here.
But he was more of a box to box than Fiorentina.
No,
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 but
no.
what I'm
Watch the
nah,
Europa League. What not
nah, man.
Europa League? What Europa Conference League final? He was the best player on the pitch.
Yeah,
Pitch.
But what
control.
he did was he dropped. He's the best player to compare him to without the passing range is Pirlo. Very deep,
Yeah, yeah.
very deep, controlling the game side to side, and then forward transitional passes. Not really doing too much running. No, my point, Sim, because I hear what you're saying. My point is Casemiro has come under a lot of criticism this season, right? Not just
Yep,
by Man United fans, but by the media as well. What I'm
yep.
saying is Casemiro wasn't there yesterday, and yet the same criticisms that's been labelled at Casemiro, you could
That's
label at Amrabat. So
Amrabat.
is it the player?
Or is it
Has
the system?
Casemiro been shit? Is
Or is it the
Amrabat
system?
shit?
Or is
Or
it
is
the
it
system?
exactly? Is it the role? I personally think it's the role because in the second half, we kicked on. And I think I'll
Mm.
go back to my point about substitutes. When Ericsson came on and he was much closer to Amrabat, Amrabat looked 10 times the player. I don't think whether it's Makelele, Chouamini, Amrabat, Casemiro, Declan Rice, I don't think in this United team, any player can hold that role on their own. They get overrun. They get overrun a lot. When you put another player there with them, no, I don't think Ericsson's a natural number 8, but he obviously plays that for United. It
I
looked
agree.
way better. We looked like we could control the game. The problem with Ericsson is he can't do 90 minutes. So when he comes on at 60 minutes, he looks world
Yep.
class, but he can't do 90 minutes. So we've got a massive problem because we've got about 8 number 10s. Bruno's a number 10. Mount's a number 10. Donny van der Beek is a number 10. Scott McTominay's got 3 goals in 2 games, 5
Number
goals if
10.
you include the goals for Scotland.
Yeah.
Playing where? Number 10.
Number 10.
Ericsson, I think
Yeah,
his best
yeah.
role is a number 10.
10. Yeah,
Maybury,
I agree.
Hannibal Medjugorje, he's a number 10.
Number
We've
10.
got about 8 number 10s. We've got no natural number 8s. I don't know why we got rid of Fred in that respect. I would have
But Chris,
rather got rid of McTominay, but there you go.
but Chris, see when you're saying identifying that role, do you think that role, that low number 6 role, has just changed in general? Because this is why I would say Casemiro and Partey are probably the best number sixes right now in the Premier League. I would say in world football because they're able to play that role solely by themselves. And I think a lot of people don't understand how much ground they cover. And
No,
go on.
no. I hear you. I'm agreeing. And yeah, you're right. It's what I think though, and we saw it against Wolves, we saw it against Brighton. I think the role has changed. I think Eric Ten Hag, especially when he's brought in Mount, I think he's trying to get us to play higher up the pitch and
Yeah, but
win the
Chris,
ball in more dangerous areas. I think
and
that's what he's
Chris,
trying to get us to do.
and that's what I'm trying to say. I feel that that's more suited to Casemiro's game because of where he's come from. You know what I'm trying to
No,
say? When you're coming, no, when
disagree.
you're coming,
I disagree. I think Casemiro when he's sitting, when he just sits in front of the back four, deep line
yeah,
number 6, like you say, he's
yeah.
brilliant. When he's being told to push forward, don't get me wrong. Last month he got 4 goals. He got the most goals.
About to say, Chris,
That's what I'm trying to say. Like when he's being
stats.
asked to push forward and bomb on, great, but it leaves us so exposed. I agree with you, Sim. Let him stay.
Chris,
Let him sit there. Don't get him to. Why is he trying to win the ball in the? He's the lowest, the furthest back midfielder, and he's being told to win the ball on the edge of the area.
But Chris, that's what I'm trying to say. I feel when I look at Casemiro, I think he can do it all because he can. Let's be honest. He's not like. Chris, look at his goals last season and his assist rate. They wasn't that. What was he like?
Yeah, no, maybe he can do them, but we are getting run through. This season we've conceded more goals than we have in the last 8 seasons after 10 games. Our midfield is getting run through. We can't control, and the other thing is we're losing control of games. Don't get me wrong. When I look back at Erik ten Hag's Ajax team, he had Gravenberch and Frankie de Jong. If there's one thing you've got in those 2 players, it's legs.
Yeah.
Legs. So, and then they had Alvarez on the bench. So you can have your number 6 in the final third, as well as your number 8, as well as your number 9, as well as your number 10. and you can stifle teams. Look at prime Barcelona. Xavi wasn't a flipping Pirlo picking it. He did do
No
it,
way.
but really and truly, when Barcelona were pressing up, Xavi, Iniesta, even Busquets, they were
Yes.
all on the halfway line and beyond. You know what I mean?
Yep. But
They were
that's what I'm trying to
stifling
say.
teams.
I think that system allowed them to do that, and their individual attributes allow them to do that because everyone's
And
comfortable on the ball.
they can exactly, and they can hold the ball for 16 years. Yeah. Hold
Yeah.
the ball. So just looking at the game, I felt like I said, once the substitutes were made, we kicked on. Sheffield United ran out of steam. It's almost like their own pitch is too big for them. They ran out.
I like that one.
They ran out of steam. Amrabat with a fizzed shot. I think Bruno hit the crossbar in the first half. That was a warning shot. Amrabat, same area. Like, how many times do you have to? This is why Sheffield United are going to go down. Edge of the box, 18 yards out. He smacks it, gets a deflection, hits the crossbar again. That's your second warning. You've been warned twice now. When the ball gets cut back, shut it down. What happens? Third time lucky, Garnacho in behind, cuts it back. Dallow's on the edge, and it's a wonderful strike. It's not a worldie, though. The keeper got two hands to it, but it was his fingertips. So, again, goalkeeper's not class. I think the goalkeeper could have done better, but it's a great goal. We get the 2-1, and we look like we could have gone on and got 3 and 4, to be fair. But first half, we were awful. Let me bring in Puz. Puz, what were your thoughts on the game, but also where do you think? Did you see any? What I want to ask you as a rival fan, did you see anything from that United team, from that performance, that worries you, that makes you think, okay, United are kicking on? We were very lucky against Brentford, but we got the points. I think we were quite lucky yesterday, because if Sheffield United, they got a penalty and they had chances, if they'd have scored 2 or 3, I don't know if we would have come back into the game. So is there anything you saw from there that makes you think, United are,
I would say the mentality to actually go through and win the game. That's probably the only positive I'll take if I was a United fan. 3 points is 3 points. But in the grand scheme of things, the way you guys are playing at this current moment, you just look like a mid-table team, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Let's not forget, Newcastle smashed these lot 8-0. 8-0. And you guys just you beat them 2-1. So although, it's at their ground, it's still Sheffield United. No disrespect to them. They've struggled all season. They have a bit of an identity, but they don't. They're trying, innit? Let's just give it to them. They're trying, and you guys really and truly should be doing better. But as a team, you're just not there yet. You need a lot more players to go out and a lot more players to come in. And I don't know how you're going to do that, especially with this whole takeover from Sir Jim Ratcliffe.
I was just about to mention that.
He's only been involved in mediocre. Well, to be fair, one of his teams is doing well now, but
Nice's
I don't know, man. I don't know. At the moment, I don't see anything that scares me, really.
Are they first now?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're first.
Yeah, they're first. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't see anything that scares me.
Thank you, Puz. You answered the question. Thank you very much. And I was really interested to I thought that's what you were going to say. And I was really keen to get that on the stream. Like, rival fans are arguably our biggest rivals. Arsenal fans are saying, because phone's been going nuts. They're not worried. We're not worried. We're not thrashing teams. I don't see a system. Do you know what I'm trying to say, Puz? I don't see like a style. I don't see what I think I know what Eric Ten Hag's trying to do. Bringing in Mount, bringing in Onana. He's trying to control games more. He's trying to get up to that 70% possession like he was beforehand and dominate games in that way, winning the ball back higher up the pitch.
Do you know what it is? What he's done with Onana, he's trying to, as you said earlier, the pressing in the Premier League is a lot. He's trying to consistently beat the press. But the players he's got, it's not Edison.
Yeah,
it's not Zinchenko. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to play the same. Even Liverpool, even Jurgen Klopp has started doing it as well,
Yeah.
playing with the inverted fullbacks. You guys can't. I don't think you guys can play with an inverted fullback.
But no,
Dallo may be able to do it, but
no, Chris.
I don't
But
feel like
no,
the team as a whole can play that system.
Agreed.
But Puz, know who I thought would have been able to play that system? The young guy you lot bought from final, the left back.
Malacia.
Last year, I thought he would have kind of. I thought no.
We haven't. I'll be honest. Simi's been injured all season.
Yeah.
And last season was his first season. He only played when Shaw wasn't
like
being played. You know what I mean? Like he didn't.
No, but
yeah, he's very he's very raw. He's very raw.
No,
he's very raw. Yeah.
But guys, this is what I'm trying to say. The fact that he's very raw, you can coach that into him because his attributes. He should be able to play that system. I feel like
we'll see. You know what? We'll see. We'll see. This would have been a good season for him to.
We haven't really seen him because he's been injured. Let's be honest. He's been injured. So for me, I think that if you do get him fit and he kind of takes on board what Ten Hag wants him to do, I think he might be able to play that system because when he used to play for you lot, he used to get up and down rather easily, like easy.
No, energy. Brilliant.
Yeah,
his energy levels are brilliant.
Down, though, is it?
No, but what I'm trying to say, see, with inverted, you have to you have to have that engine and you have to have that technical ability and that technical nous in order to kind of understand the positioning and the passes you need to play. Hence
it's a very intelligent role, being able to cut inside, receive the ball in different ways whilst knowing what's behind you, because fullbacks don't usually play with their back to goal.
Yeah, that's all it is. And I think a lot of people don't understand. See that role just is just solely based on knowing when to receive the ball, as Chris said, and know when to give it. It's literally like you're not playing a number 6, but you're literally adding to the midfield. So when you're out of possession, you go left back.
So you can create overloads. You can create overloads. So if their midfield is pressing on your midfield, you've got the extra player to play triangles around them and things.
Thank you. Literally. So for me, I feel like he has those attributes to do that. But
I think
we haven't seen him.
It's a good point, Sim. It's a good point, but we'll see in it. We'll see. We've got loads of injuries. Well, especially in the back line. We don't have loads of injuries in our midfield and forward line. But overall, I think, Puz, I have to agree with you. Ultimately, I'm just happy with especially after. Sorry, let me point this way. Especially after this, I'm just happy we got the 3 points. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't really care about. I didn't watch the whole game. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't really watch the.
Yesterday was a classic example of, as you said, Chris. Yeah, because of the whole Sir Bobby Charlton news, and it was a dark cloud over Man United, and I feel like the boys did him justice yesterday. That they really they found a way to win. Literally, it wasn't the prettiest.
At the end of the day, it became we want it, the 3 points is enough. 3 points is enough. I think there's something much bigger on the horizon. That was obviously talking points. I don't really care too much about, like, don't get me wrong, I could diagnose the play. I've still got some criticism of Eric Ten Hag. I don't know why he persists on playing. He even came out in the press conference on Friday talking about Bruno on the right. Bruno's pass completion was the second worst. I know I'm going into it now, sorry. Bruno's pass completion was the second worst at halftime on the entire pitch. He was the worst in the United team, and there was only one player in the Sheffield United team that was worse than him. He had a 67% pass completion after the first half. I think there was one of their defenders that had 64%. In other words, Bruno does not work on the right. Bruno coming in as a number 8 and playing that role and trying to play the ball, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But we're doing that to cater for, obviously McTominay's got a start. He's been doing so well in the number 10. He scored another goal yesterday in the number 10. So he's getting asked to push on. When Mount comes in, he's getting asked to push on. I don't know why we bought Mount. That's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother thing. I won't go into it, but I'm tired of Eric Ten Hag putting round pegs in. But we lost to Galatasaray because Amrabat's playing left back. I'm tired of this. He needs to put players where they belong. Amrabat in the midfield, Bruno at the number 10. We had defenders, put them in their positions, man. Anyway, we got the 3
Do
points.
you know what it is, Chris? I feel like before you move on, yeah, with the Amrabat
Yeah.
thing, I think he was trying to do the inverted thing, innit? And it just didn't work.
Yeah, of course it didn't work because Galatasaray's third goal came because Amrabat was pushed far too far up the pitch. That's it. We had Lindelof. I think we could have played Lindelof right back, could have put Dallo left back, and we could have played Harry Maguire and Martinez in that game. But anyway, look, we got the 3 points. It was more about this man over my shoulder. It was more about him. So I'm happy we got the 3 points. We move on. It's what my thing is here. Hold on. There you go. There. 6 points in it. So between 8th and first place, there's only 6 points in it. So it's nice and tight. And at the moment, I'm happy that we're in the mix. You know, it takes one of the guys above us to slip up, and then we win a game, and then all of a sudden you're in there.
You're in there.
Sort of